Okay, also Taurus, Taurus Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, Mercury. Here's your weekly tarot reading. Starting with the current transit, so the Sun is at 11 Virgo, squaring the Moon, 15 Sagittarius. Mercury is 7 Libra. Venus is 28 Leo, opposite Saturn, 20 retrograde Aquarius. Mars, 8 Gemini, making a sextile to Jupiter, 6 retrograde Aries. You have the full moon in Pisces, Saturday, September 10th, 17 degrees Pisces. Where does that fall in your chart? That will be conjunct my natal Mercury at 14 Pisces in the 7th. I'm feeling a lot of tension. I've felt it for all of the signs and in my client readings lately. I started a few hours ago with Sagittarius, since the moon is currently in Sagittarius. I may take it as far as Leo. I don't know. It's just after midnight in San Antonio. I'm really excited to try these new CBD gummy bears that I got. I'll take 2 of those. And get in bed with Suttree by Cormac McCarthy. I had tried to read this book years ago and I couldn't. The text was too dense, but I'm soldiering through. It's really a good fucking story. He's an excellent writer. You have to forgive him because he's brilliant. I mean, I consider myself to have a really above average vocabulary, but just about every page I'm thinking, where did that word come from? But in context, it makes sense. You get the gist. 6 cards for Taurus. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, Mercury. I have a Taurus MC. My MC is 29 degrees Taurus. I have Pluto and Uranus in Libra, not conjunct, in the 2nd house, the house of Taurus. I have a Taurus dad. Also, Sun. And there's an excellent astrology book by Michael Luton, Childhood Rising. And in that book, he explores your conception period. So I was conceived in Taurus season. I was born in Aquarius season. Sun and Venus in Aquarius. Childhood Rising, he talks about when you were conceived and the astrology of your parents. So if you have a Taurus dad, you're probably going to be this way. If you have a Gemini mom, which I do, you're going to be this way. And then I have a Virgo, or had a Virgo stepdad. My mom's been married to her 3rd and final husband for a few decades, a couple of decades. They got married in 1999. He's a Gemini also. So did the Oros, Page of Pentacles. Taurus biological dad, a Virgo stepdad, and a Gemini stepdad. Gemini mom. 3 of Pentacles, 3 of the Oros. Right at Oros, there you are, King of Pentacles. La Torre, the Tower, La Justicia, Justice. So I'm seeing a lawsuit. You could be suing someone. You may have been in an accident recently. This could be traffic related, could be work related. A lawsuit. You could be taking your ex to court regarding child support. That's interesting. We have the Aries Libra axis. Well, the Tower is an Aries card and Justice is Libra. Fighting for control. Fighting for control of your finances. There could be a lot of stress at work. If this is a relationship, if you're in a relationship right now, not everyone is. If you're in a romantic sexual relationship, I'm seeing a lot of acrimony, a lot of fighting. Maybe you're going through a divorce. This is really intense. Really intense arguments. Please clarify the Sun over King of Pentacles, one card. Reina de Espadas, Queen of Swords. If this is a relationship, you probably have at least one really tight square in your synastry, and it's not fun. One example of many. You could have your Mars at 5 Taurus, and this person could have their Mars at 6 Aquarius or 6 Leo, something like that. A really intense square, and you're just butting heads, and there's no relief. There's no understanding. There's no harmony. There's no balance. Not a good time. Please clarify Page of Pentacles over the Tower, one card. Star. And this is random, but whenever I get a random message, I go with it. It makes the reading more interesting, I think. I don't want to just constantly censor myself or say, no, that's stupid. I want to just go with it. It'll resonate or it won't. But what I'm hearing is if you're going through a divorce with someone, divorce or really acrimonious, painful breakup, there could be some resentment over what the person is showing on social media. For instance, if you're fighting someone in court, if you're suing someone for child support, you know, they're not paying child support, but then they're all over Instagram bragging about some trip they just took with their new person. Oh, look at us, we're on this cruise, or look at this TV we just bought, or this dog we just bought. I don't know. Just bragging what they have, bragging about a trip they took or some material possession. And I just see you fuming, pissed. It happens. It's common, you know. Putting down these cards, I was remembering my Snoopy diary. I was 8 years old, pretty sure I was 8, and I rode my bicycle to the Hallmark store, Wichita Falls, Texas. I was living in a Section 8 apartment with my mom and 2 younger siblings, no carpet on the floors, basically living on fish sticks. But I rode my bicycle to the Hallmark store. I had coins, pocket change, and I bought this little Snoopy diary, and I recall the first entry that I wrote. I was saying how I never wanted to see my stupid non-father again because I heard my mom on the phone to someone talking about how he hadn't paid the child support. So, of Of course I was on my mom's side. She was the one who was raising me. He left when I was 6. So it really stung when I visited my dad the summer when I was 10, I think, when my mom had just married my stepdad. We were living in this brand new brick house in Monahans, Texas, and money was no longer an issue. We were very comfortable, members of the country club and all of that. So life was good. But I visited my dad and his new family in Louisiana with my younger siblings, and it stung because while we were living in this government subsidized apartment, basically living on fish sticks and moth to mill, my dad was living in this very nice home, taking his new wife and her kids, her stepkids from a previous marriage. They weren't her biological kids. Anyway, he was taking them on these vacations to Florida, you know, going to the beach, and the girls were in this private school, which I assume was expensive. They had to wear these uniforms to go to this private school in Louisiana. And he had a jacuzzi, this marble jacuzzi tub in the master bedroom. And it hurt. It hurt. And I've seen it all throughout my life. I've seen it again and again and again. It's really sad what happens a lot of the time when the man abandons his kids and he goes and marries someone else and has a family with the new woman, and the kids are the ones who have to really feel the full weight of that. But it hurts the wife as well. I mean, I don't know. I have very strong opinions about all of this, but if that is your situation, you have my sympathy, my empathy. I'm seeing a really acrimonious breakup, possibly a divorce, and there's a lot of money at stake here, and probably at least one child is what I'm seeing for Taurus. Anything else for Taurus? 6 more cards. Five of Wands, Cinco de Bastos. King of Pentacles, Rey de Oros. Queen of Swords, Reina de Espadas. La Estrella, the Star. My God. I shuffled the cards. Hostessia. I'm seeing a really nasty divorce or breakup, and if there is a child, if this is your story, if this resonates at all, just be mindful of the child, because as bad as it may be for the parents, this can scar a kid for life, you know, because it's on so many levels. Okay, the child feels the rejection of the parent that leaves. Then they have to feel the pain of the parent that was rejected, the parent that was abandoned. They have to kind of, I don't know, if the child is sensitive at all, they're going to be like a sponge. They're going to absorb their mother's pain. Usually it's the mother. who's left. I know that was the case for me when I was a kid. I felt my mom's rage, her bitterness, her anger. A lot of times as a single mom, she was single for 3 years, a single mom of 3 kids. She was very tense because she had to work full time. And then she had to come home and she had 3 kids in a tiny apartment. And she was very stressed. And a lot of times I felt like I was the problem. You know, she was disappointed with me. I was a burden on my mom. It doesn't matter if it's rational or logical. That's what the child feels. And they carry that into adulthood, and it's going to color their relationships. It's going to color what they think about money. You know, if you're raising a child in poverty consciousness, which I was, and now as an adult, I'm working overtime trying to resolve issues that I've had for decades with money, doing affirmations, constant affirmations, meditating my ass off, you know, trying to rewire my brain, trying to reprogram my brain from years of just having this really shitty perspective on money. So if this resonates at all, I would just tell you to be careful. As much as possible, try to neutralize the anger, because I'm seeing so much anger here. It's really intense. I mean, I feel it just looking at these cards. I can feel stuff coming up from my own life. I can relate to this energy. So that's what I see. That's what I have for Taurus. Hope that helps. Thanks for watching. Peace out.